यूजर एंड ओटीपी इज गिवन बाय द पार्टनर इन चार्ज, या फिर मोबाइल भी उसी के पास होगा जो यूजर जनरेट कर रहा है. So that is the situation of the mid-sized firm for access control when we talk. Or the DSC of the concerned partner is with an article, he is signing all the documents left, right, center. So when we talk about access control, as rightly said, sir, first and foremost, people think इतना खर्चा कौन करेगा? Please make sure all your articles and stuff has a user or has an email address of the firm, a basic domain, a basic firm email ID. There is where the thought starts. And then when we talk about cybersecurity access control, as rightly said again, exit policy. When a person is leaving, all its access are actually stopped. But the next problem comes: who will review the mails that he or she has, and who will delete those mails, or who will take the handover of those mails? That's a different again data story. But I think basic email address, personal email address should not be allowed in the firm laptops. And no email exchange should be allowed other than the firm's domain. That is where we can say the seat should be given for future growth and future controls and access control, which we are talking about.
Yes, sir. You want to add something?
Well, I totally agree with Prenu sir and what Vivek has said. But what I feel is most of the time the real challenge is to allocate a budget for IT related matters in our office. And secondly, the mindset. That is to whether we want to have the IT related security mechanism at our office or not. Now coming back to what we have done is, we do have server at our office. The server is accessed through firewall, and then we have dual factor authentication, without which nobody can access to our server and data. We will not be able to implement the folder level authentication because again the budget is a constraint. You need to have a dedicated person who will be allocating the folders to the concerned employee on a daily layout basis, which will increase the cost. Now coming to the exit related policies, we have our internal system when we block the email ID, we take a backup of email ID, dump it at another server. We have demarcated the data. The admin related data is separate and the production data is separate. Only the production data is allowed to be accessed by the production staff. The admin related data, they are not allowed to touch. At the same time, the admin staffs are not allowed to touch the production related data. So these are some of the things which, if we want and if we incline to do, we can do without incurring much of the cost.
If you're talking about best practices which you can follow. So Vikashji, what actions you have taken in your firm to implement this access control? And if you can suggest any tools also if you are using, I would like Mr. Sir also to suggest any tools. So please.
Yeah. What we have done in our office that we have a cloud server. We have taken a dedicated cloud server. We are using local vendor, Calcutta vendor service. And what we have done to secure that cloud server, we have again these tools that we are using multi-level authentication and all. But again to safeguard the data, because we have done the NDA agreement with the cloud provider, as well as we have done the due